at all these good-looking gardeners. All right, so in July, this is a big first for me as well because this is the first time I've ever done a live plant collection of my own. And in July, I went to Michigan to the Roberta's Rakers Trial Gardens, and I was telling Eric Wallin, who you're going to see in a minute, I love growing flowers, but I don't like to cut them and bring them in because I'm afraid I won't have enough then in the yard. Did you guys ever do that? Like, you want to bring them in, but you kind of don't want to cut them. So he said, we should really do a cut flower garden for you. So here it is, brand new today, $5 a plant. We tried to keep the price super reasonable while also bringing you varieties that I had not seen out in the marketplace, but I was super, super excited to see in person, so now we get to do it. So basically, oh, there I am at Roberta's. We're gonna give you 2 of those verbena. It's a lilac verbena that you see right there. Nearly impossible to find at retail, so we're gonna get 2 of those. And the more you cut, the more flowers you get. Then we're going to do 2 of the pink zinnias that you see right there. And they get big and tall, so nice long stems when you cut them. And the more you pick them, the more you cut them, the more they grow. And then we're also doing 2 yellow snapdragons. Now, I was running around these fields like a kid in a candy store. They all looked good to me. I wanted them all. But Eric Wallin kept saying, no, but if you put those together, I don't know if that one grows as well. So the man who helped me curate this, and actually the guy who grows the plants, so he's the most important here, Eric Wallin is here. Come on out, Eric.
Hey. Sandra.
Thank you.
Oh, good. It's finally here.
It's finally here. It's finally here. Boy, we had a good time.
Oh, I was actually in the garden with Sandra.
Roberta's has 250 acres of the most beautiful trial gardens. And out of the 250 acres and so many plants, this is what we picked.
Yes, you were so fun to watch. She's going through finding things. She wants to put flowers together. She has such a good eye.
Oh, thank you.
The yellow, the purple, and the pink together. And she's like, I like this. I was like, wow. I said, that's it. That was fun. And
he said that's it after I picked some other things, and he said,
it took a while. It took a while.
I don't know if that plant is ready for market. So the whole point, Eric, is that I always thought, you know, I'm afraid to cut my flowers because if I bring them in, then they're not going to be outside, and I'm working hard to make my outdoor gardens look nice. These just grow and grow and grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
The more you cut, the more they come back. Not all flowers are meant to be cut flowers. Yeah. If you go out and you have an oriental lily and you cut that stem and you bring it in, you're waiting until next year to see it again.
Yeah.
All of these that we brought you, the more you cut, the more they come back.
Right. And I said, okay, so I like to buy a lot of plants. So I said to Eric, I go, how low can we make the price? Because I personally want to buy more than one set. So we did $5 a plant. Mm-hmm. We're going to ship it for free. Here's what they look like when they're together. Can we start talking? Let's talk about this verbena.
Yes.
Because I had never seen it before.
Verbena bonasaurus is the series is called Vanity. Vanity is a little shorter. It's only going to be about 3 or 4 foot. Some of these are this tall. I have the tall ones in my backyard, and I love them because in my background is all grass. Mm-hmm. I have these purple flowers, looks like they're just floating, and then the butterfly magnets. They love them. So, but for cutting, it's something you don't see in your florist, but they're so whimsical. And you can make these little vases. Treat yourself to some fresh flowers without paying all the money in the stores. That's what the cutting garden's all about.
Yeah, and you know, Eric's daughter's engaged. We're very excited. Yeah. She's actually here today. She's
here,
really lovely.
Up there, yeah.
Oh, wait, is Hannah here in the audience?
Yep, she's up top with the kid.
Oh, there she is.
Yep.
Hannah's here. So Hannah's engaged, and we were talking about like just how expensive it is. You know, you're planning a wedding and all the thousands of dollars. Well, she's got an in with the flowers, but you know, for most of us, how expensive it is for flowers for weddings. And Hannah was saying that like even on the Pinterest boards and that kind of stuff, this whole idea right now are these more like kind of wild flowers and all these different shapes. And I think that we really achieved that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so pretty. Maybe we can take a look at some of the images again to give you an idea of how they're going to look when they grow together. One of the things that you were really careful when I was picking based on just what looked pretty is how they look in the garden together in terms of height.
They're all tall. So if you want to make a tall vase like those snapdragons you're looking at, you need tall stems. You don't want to go get any snapdragon. Some of them only grow 12 inches tall.
Well, here you can see I'm standing beside them, so it gives you an idea of how tall they are.
Tall.
Yeah, they're really spectacular. And that is at the trial gardens, and yours are going to look just like that. And then the verbena, that's the first plant I fell in love with. I sort of built this whole collection around that verbena.
And it's also a pollinator. You see the bee there? That's to remind me to tell you that these are not just for cut flowers. They will bring in the butterflies and the pollinators.
Yeah. And so, and of course, you know, once we pick the verbena, and then I love the hot pinks, I love the yellows, I love zinnias because they're really so easy to grow. But I've been a little disappointed by some of the zinnias that I found like just in my local garden centers. So you really worked on bringing us what you considered to be the very best.
Yeah, it's
and
a
they're
giant,
actually really hard to find too.
Benari zinnias are the best. They look like dahlias. I mean, this picture you're looking at now, you can't really tell the size. We just had another one that was up, but they're huge flowers. What we have in our hands are small ones, but look at this guy. Yeah, go and pull it out.
Yeah, here. And there they all are together. So because of the time of the year, like if we did this presentation in July, we'd really knock your socks off. But obviously it's still March. But here's one that's full grown. This is the size of the zinnia that we picked, and it really does look more like a dahlia.
Yeah, and you'll get loads and loads of them, and keep cutting them because they just keep coming back.
Yeah. So 5 easy payments of $6, $5 a plant. As far as kind of just, you know, the nuts and bolts of this, they all like sun.
Yes, they love the sun. I mean, to get really quick, depending on where you live, snapdragons can reseed, zone 7 and lower. The verbena, I planted that, I live in zone 5. It's self-seeds, I never plant it once, it comes back every year. Now the zinnias you will have to plant every year, but they're all considered annuals, but a lot of times they will come back.
Yeah,
I just think put them in a nice sunny spot.
They look so pretty together. Like I love these colors together. I love the different shapes.
I love spending time in the garden with you.
It was so fun. It was so fun. And really, I was like, well, if I do a collection this year, then QVC is going to be forced to send me next year. So it was also just for my own benefit. No, I'm kidding. It was really, really fun. So here it is, under $5 a plant. And you have our Gotta Grow guarantee.
Yes, because everything's got to grow. So what we do is we give you a plant replacement for 90 days. If you have any issues, give us a call and we will take care of you.
So there they are for beauty in terms of flowers, easy to grow, brings the pollinators to your garden, and then of course,